our first look at the new look Florida Atlantic Owls as they square off with the Charleston Cougars. With that, we welcome you inside Liberty Arena. Alongside Jeff Goodman, Rob Doster from Field of 68, I'm Matt Warner. Should be a great game here tonight. Let's start with this FAU squad. Like so many teams around the country, a lot of roster turnover. 10 new players on this roster, and they went to all corners of the globe to find some of these guys.
Yeah, John Jacobs went to Europe to find a number of the players on this roster. He has an NIL deal with Duolingo to be able to afford to understand how to communicate with some of these guys. He also, the interesting thing to me is he went to some of these Power 5 programs that had former top 25, top 50 recruits that maybe weren't playing up to their potential. Brought in Kanan Carlisle, brought in Isaiah Elohim, brought in a couple guys that I think are going to be able to have a real impact here. I'm excited to see what they can be this season, Jeff.
Now on the other side for Charleston, we saw them last night in their loss to Liberty. We touched on it at length. An injured group right now, but on the flip side, you're getting some valuable minutes for some young players.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is a team that Chris Mack thought he'd have 3 guys that are right now either out or ineligible, but last night they hung with Liberty until the end, and then Liberty's togetherness, their experience won out. Charleston looking for the bounce back here, and the key against FAU, make sure you get back in transition. I also didn't realize we had a comedian over here.
I know, that was really good. He'd been working on that, crafting that line, I think, for the last 30 minutes or so. You nailed it.
I don't know if I did.
The delivery was pretty good.
I was workshopping that as we practiced our opens, and I just wanted to make sure that I got it right. And it flowed, man. Come on, what's wrong with that?
That was solid.
You can have some fun, Jeff. It's okay.
FAU will control it here. This is a kind of bring your own juice kind of game, an intimate crowd here this evening. See who can provide some energy here in the early going. Evan Williams has the top of the key. Hands it off. FAU coming off a win, an overtime win over Boston College in their first outing as Devin Vanterpool gets the first bucket of the night.
Yeah, Vanderpool guy, the one holdover from the old FAU regime, and played for Dusty. Made him really play, redshirted, and then played a little bit last year for John Jacobs. Steps into a bigger role, and Jacobs said he's been the guy who's probably come the furthest from the beginning of the year.
Yeah, they're really relying on him to kind of be that junkyard dog and the guy that does things like that. Get on the floor, pick up loose balls, start a transition.
Pull up 3 ball, that goes down. So a fast start for FAU. Isaiah Elohim with the triple. Now showing some pressure. Jalen Counter trying to dribble out of it, passes ahead. Prunty will bring it across the timeline. This was the guy last night who had the hot hand. That's Martin Kalu, but he steps out of bounds. You talk about energy in the early going, FAU's providing it.
Yeah, you see Vanderpool come up with a loose ball, get it to Isaiah Elohim, who, I mean, you gotta be up on transition when you know it's a shooter, Kendall. Come on.
And Carlisle kicks it out. Another open 3, top of the key. That rattles out. Strong rebound by Kalu. Charleston falling last night, 90-75.
Now you're going to see FAU's big guys take a lot of threes like that. That's part of the game plan and part of the way that John Jacobs builds his rosters. He wants guys that are tall. He wants guys at the 5 spot that can shoot, and he wants to be able to space the floor.
Williams unable to snag that rebound one-handed. Ball will stay with Charleston.
One change for Charleston in the starting lineup today. Jackson Prunty moves in for the freshman Chris Davis Jr., who had, an erratic night. A freshman who probably took a few ill-advised shots, still trying to figure it out. Kid who scored a lot of points in high school, but is a little bit different than high school in Wisconsin.
And you got to think there's going to be some kind of feeling it out. Who has a hot hand tonight? With young guys, you expect inconsistency, so there may be some shuffling of the deck here early in the season.
Yeah, Mac likes Prunty a lot. He played only a few games last year, had multiple shoulder injuries, but biggest thing for Prunty, just be tough.
Counter the transfer from Middle Tennessee, trying to create some space. That one kicked. And it'll stay here with Charleston.
You like these new numbers, Rob? Counter wearing 82. Looks like a wide receiver at tight end.
Yeah, unique story on him with that 82. As that one taken away. Ahead of the pack, Vanterpool fouled as he went up strong. And it's going to go on Kendall Taylor. You don't see many 82s. Counter's cousin, Caleb McBride, passed away when he was 14 years old as a football player that wore number 82. So in honor of his cousin, he wears that, but certainly stands out when you see it.
Stepping to the line for the Owls, number 22, Devin Vanderpool.
So Vanderpool to the stripe for a couple.
I do like the random numbers that you get. The 17s, the 18s. We saw 77 yesterday. I think Maxime Loguet has number 77 over there. I like it, man.
Saw a 99 earlier this week. Chase Johnson at High Point.
I'm also a big fan of the highlighter shoes that don't match the jerseys, and I'm not even making a joke. Like that, those are cool, man. I like them. I think I can pull them off.
No, you cannot. Absolutely not.
FAU is really getting into Charleston defensively here in the early going of this one. Trying to back his way in is Taylor, trying to lower the shoulder, create space, and he ends up dragging that pivot foot. Good job holding his ground by Xander Pentalon.
That's not something that you necessarily expect out of Xander. He's listed at 6'11", 220. He looks like 220 might be a little bit generous. Kendall Taylor's
lean.
a guy.
He is lean, for sure.
Kendall Taylor's a smaller guy that averaged 25 a game last year at the Division II ranks.
3 ball on the way, left short. Counter pulls the rebound, looks to push it a little bit. Charleston just trying to find a clean look offensively. Hasn't been easy. And there were stretches last night we were saying the same thing.
Well, they're without Colby Dugan, the guy that they were really kind of basing their offense around, the transfer from Campbell.
Look at the defensive effort underneath. Evan Williams now on the move. Shot doesn't fall. Reeves snatches the rebound.
That was their issue against BC FAU. They struggled around the rim. They missed layups, they missed free throws, and missed the gimmies. Missed layup leads directly to a pull-up 3 in transition from Jalen Counter.
Yeah, they're going to need Counter to be a guy that, is right there leading them in scoring, looking a little bit more for his offense than he did last night.
That 3 off the mark. Long rebound snatched by FAU. They'll reset. Vanderpool runs into the big man, now looking for help. Kicks out Carlisle. Gives it right back to him. 10 on the shot clock. In the paint. The leaner goes for Devin Williams, the transfer from UCLA.
Vanderpool's in the middle of everything that has happened for FAU on both ends of the floor right now. The steals, the transition, the loose balls. He had the assist right there for Devin Williams.
Little bump and a whistle going against FAU. As we'll see a couple of substitutions, including the freshman Johan Sissoko, who was a star in that first game against Boston College.
And number 5, Johan Sissoko.
Now when deflected out, it'll stay right here.
Sissoko's a player that they are excited about. He is their backup point guard, but he is a bigger guard. He can play off the bounce. He can play in pick and rolls. He can make some of those passes. They're excited about him.
I like the quote from John Jacobs. He said, if he grew up in the States, he'd have been a 4- or 5-star player. Certainly saw some of that skill set in their opener. Ballou trying to free himself. Lost the handle. Going to have to force one up. Off the mark. Just not a lot of easy looks here thus far for Charleston.
Slow starts and successive nights for Charleston and digging themselves a hole. They came back last night, took the lead at one point, but you don't want to do it again.
Foul called on Sissoko. And FAU off to a fast start. 12 early points. Defensively, they've been tough and knocking down shots from the perimeter thus far.
If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 on 3. Get the scoop.
We all know the Players Era Festival
has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wager. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer?
(12-3) ball game. FAU leading Charleston. Charleston playing the second night of a back-to-back. And FAU's kind of getting after him. You wonder sometimes with the team playing that second night, like, boy, can you really, you see the pressure they're showing early on, can you try to wear them down, kind of see if that takes its toll here on the second night?
You would think after the loss last night, Charleston would come back a little bit with more intensity, a little bit more fire, a little more emotion, but it's really been FAU that's come out of the gate strong.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, the Charleston's probably a little tired from the way the game was played last night. Last night they were in here. There were 3,500 people in the building. It was loud. It was not, Matt, as you said, a bring your own juice kind of game.
That's right.
And now you're playing a team who's playing their first game in this event, so they have a little bit more energy, a little bit more pep. They don't know what to expect out of Liberty when you walk into here in a full building. So I get that it's a little bit of a sleepy start, but still, you're coming off of a loss. You feel like you should have something to prove. You kind of got your butts whipped last night.
That's what I'm saying. You know, Jalen Counter's come to play so far, and we'll see now with Joel getting back in the game. He's the one who helped bring that energy last night.
He was certainly the spark when they needed it in the early going last night. Joel Machat, number 11 for Charleston, in the ballgame now. 18 points, 9 rebounds last night. Rolls to the hoop here. Prunty gets downhill, throws it up, no, but a whistle underneath.
If I'm Chris Mack, I'm sending one of the Charleston parents here to change their shirt, go sit under one of the baskets, and start running their mouths to Joel Machat. Because last night, what turned the table for Charleston, right, what got him going was when the Liberty fans started chirping a little bit at Joel. And he's a guy, he's fiery, man. He's going to go back at him.
Is that the next level thing? You carry around like opposing T-shirts just in case, kind of like.
Rob probably does that.
Yeah,
it's smart.
You play chess, everybody else is playing checkers.
Exactly. I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, Jeff.
Ronnie gets them both to fall. He had 10 points a night ago. His career high actually came against FAU last year in that wild ball game. Ended up going to a couple of overtimes. Josiah Parker leaves it off. And now kick out to the wing again. Good feet in the paint. Soft touch from the big fella. Vincent Neugerbauer from Oldenburg, Germany.
What's his name, Jeff?
Neugerbauer. I'll say this. Joel, a little bit different for him tonight than last night in terms of going up against some length now.
Yeah, facing some guys his own size. That smaller Liberty lineup he was able to really take advantage of on this end of the court. Prunty spots up from beyond the arc, can't hit. Rebound to Sissoko.
FAU's doing a really good job on the defensive end of top blocking and overplaying and keeping Charleston from being able to get into their offensive sets. That's why you saw Prunty over there kind of standing around looking, waving his hands like, what, do something. Give me somebody to pass the ball to.
Now foul called on Machat. We'll keep it here with FAU.
See Vanchable here getting to the lane with the jump stop, and there's Neugerbauer. Soft touch in the lane.
You know, you feel like so much these teams, we're learning about them. They're still learning each other in a lot of ways. I mean, just haven't had a ton. You had a couple maybe scrimmages and those kind of things, but real game action together with so many new pieces. they're still kind of figuring it out as they go.
And some of these guys have only been here for a couple of months.
Yeah.
It's not like they had the whole summer. You know, a lot of the players that are coming from overseas don't get here until mid to late August because they're playing with their national team setups and some of the youth national teams.
Good pass ahead from Counter, but trapped underneath the hoop there. Prunty hit it off the bottom of the backboard and quickly the other way. Niccolo Moretti in the ball game, handles it now. Dealing with a little bit of an ankle here early in the season. Leans in, draws the foul. That one's going to go against Martin Kalu.
Charleston's just looking a little bit sleepy here, man. I feel like I don't know what the answer is.
Well, that's the hard part for Chris Mack right now. Again, down 3 key guys. 3 guys that were going to potentially start. Connor Hickman not eligible by the NCAA, played 13 games last year.
Nice. Great feed and the throw down from Neugerbauer.
The shot lost him on the slip.
Over 3.5 minutes since the last Charleston bucket. A lot of youth out there on the floor, or at least inexperience.
Yeah, it's a freshman backcourt.
There's Joel Machat. Takes it strong to the rim. See if that gets him going a little bit. He's averaging 16 a game through their first 2 contests. Moretti puts the shoulder down, now kicks it out. Elohim on the wing. Well, that one nearly thrown away. Moretti tracks it down. 8 on the shot clock and now a foul. And Charleston bench frustrated with that whistle.
It's not a good foul that late in the shot clock. You see Machat here off the screen and roll. Trying to get a little vengeance for his teammate Christian Reeves.
Maxime Logie from France checks in, his first action tonight. Moretti spots up on the wing, knocks it down, and then blows a kiss to whoever's in the crowd tonight. And that FAU bench is fired up. 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 7 from deep to start this ball game. Moretti, a veteran.
Coming off the screen, hitting the pull-up. There's a couple Charleston fans over there I have a feeling were a little bit mouthy, you know. And when you have a building that is as full of juice as this one is, Matt, you can hear a lot of the things that the fans are saying to you. So Moretti had a little bit of a message, blew a kiss to him.
You can have a conversation with almost everybody in here if you wanted to.
Yeah. One thing that's really standing out here, we can talk about the shots that Florida Atlantic's hitting and the way that they're scoring the ball, but 2 for 9 from the floor for Charleston. They forced a couple of turnovers here. And we talked with John Jacobs at shoot-around today, and he was saying that the defense is what has changed with this team. They had talent last year. They did. But what has changed is that this year they can guard at a level that they weren't able to do last year. He's brought in some high major guards. He's brought in some guys that are physically at the level of what you would expect out of a Power 5 program. I mean, you have 6'11" and 7'1" on your front line. Your backcourt is 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", athletic enough to play at the high major level.
Jalen Counter, smooth move to the 10 for 2.
And as I say that, you get a straight line drive to the basket, no help at the rim, wide open layup.
Well, that's a big difference, right? I mean, last year they had Vokatitis down low, Baba Miller.
Offensive foul. Moretti ran right into Jalen Counter, and that'll be a turnover.
I do think that, as you see Moretti with the dribble handoff, you got to come to a stop. I think Jalen Counter was seeking that out. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. Look at he points at him. He knew what he was doing. That was the football player in him coming out. But to your point about the size, the length is there, right? They have the rim protection there. And part of what Jacobs is trying to do is build a team that's going to be able to space the floor to allow his guards to have room to get to the basket. when you are at the FAU level, the sacrifice that you're going to have to make is you see Chol Machat there again, Jalen Counter coming off the ball screen, throwing the lob up to the rim. The sacrifice that you have to make is going to be the strength. You can't get guys that are 6'11", that can make threes, and that are also 240 pounds because they're either in the NBA or they're playing at Michigan like Yaxel Lindenberg is. So that's kind of what you're going to have to make do with if you are FAU at this level.
That 3 too strong. Fight for the rebound and an offensive board. Logie grabs it underneath the hoop, works his way around Machat and lays it in.
If you're going to wear number 77, Jeff, you better be able to have some moves like that down there in the post.
Boy, 6'9", good-looking athlete. The transfer from Oregon State. Counter lobs again. When in doubt, just lob it up there for Machat. Couldn't convert that time. And FAU goes the other way, leading by 10. Elohim, little shake, step back 3, and it rattles through.
He is a scorer, man. That is what he is out here to do. He's got a little bit more of a reputation of a guy that can get the ball, put it on the bounce, get to the rim, paint touch kind of a guy. But he's hit 2 threes off the dribble here early on in this one.
Counter tries to draw the foul, leaning in, can't get it. Now tie up underneath. Possession arrow will keep it here. FAU out to a 13-point lead here in the first half.
Off the dribble, little in and out, little step back, create that space. Buckets.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
Back in Lynchburg, FAU leading 24-11 here, 10:27 to go in the first half. There's Charleston head coach Chris Mack, second season leading the Cougars. Of course, Louisville, Xavier had a lot of success there, and preseason pick finished third in the CAA this year. He's trying to kind of navigate his way through this early portion of the schedule until they can get healthy.
Former member of the Field of 68.
That's right. I left off the real highlight on his bio.
How can you not read that? I mean, that should be at the top of his bio.
The one thing that I'll remember from Chris Mack's tenure with the Field of 68 was how every single night on the show he would show up and bring a massive jar of animal crackers, and all he would do on the show is sit there and eat animal crackers. And I have no idea. He's in shape, man. He looks good. I have no idea how that's possible when he would eat.
There can't be a lot of calories, and they're not the frosted kind, right?
Well, when you're eating gallons of animal crackers.
Gallons, yeah. You got a carb load. Kalu has been quiet thus far. He gives up the basketball. He got it performed well a night ago. Tough fadeaway, shot clock violation as Kendall Taylor missed everything.
I'll tell you what, we did talk with John Jacobs about Kanan Carlisle right here, and the defensive prowess that he has. And Jake has said that he thought he was the best defensive player on the Team USA. I think it was the U18 team that he helped coach, and has been their best perimeter defender so far this season. And you saw it right there. He's not a big guy, and he just held his own in the post against Kendall Taylor.
Amar Amku knocks down the 3. FAU now 5 of 10 from beyond the arc to start this ball game. Kalu trying to answer on the other end. That's way off the mark. Carlisle pulls the rebound. FAU just does not let you take a breath. Rebound, they push it. When they have an opportunity, they'll press you full court.
The one thing that we do need to keep an eye on here, FAU did get out to a big lead against BC. They were up by 10 in the first half. And part of it was defensive effort. Part of it was some of those threes stopped going down. But BC made a run. BC was actually up by 9 with 4 minutes left, and they came in by 5 with 40 seconds left. And FAU found a way to be able to win.
Yeah, that was a frenetic last few minutes in that ball game. BC certainly did their part to help give that one away as that runner off the mark. Traylor had a little daylight, gives it up now. 3 ball, too strong. Again, another rebound. And on the other side, Charleston 1 of 6 from 3 to begin this ball game. FAU riding an 8-0 run at the moment. Already just under control in the paint. That one rims off.
It's a real challenge for Chris Mack right now, offensively. Who are you going to? You know, you look on the floor right now and you say to yourself, you know, all 5 of these guys are not guys that have proven anything scoring-wise in the Division I ranks.
Now Reeves called for over the back.
Foul is called on the Cougars, number 32.
I think you're waiting on Chris Davis, right? Like, he is the guy that's got the scoring talent. And if you're down by 16 in this game, why not let some of these freshmen that haven't figured it out go out there and try to figure it out?
Well, you want to claw your way back in if you can. You did that against Liberty last night, right? You hung around enough. You made it a game. I mean, I hear you, but you also don't want Chris Davis to start, you know, jacking shots like it's AAU ball.
He did average 40 a game in high school, so maybe that's what you do want, Jeff. Maybe.
Like I said earlier in the broadcast, this isn't Wisconsin high school basketball.
20 on the shot clock.
Yeah, they need Christian Reeves to be a factor.
Yeah, it'd be nice, you know, obviously we've seen Machot be effective. It'd be nice to be able to throw it in the post and be able to get some kind of offensive production out of Reeves. We just haven't seen it much so far this year. Langenfeld, pump fake, step through, gets it to fall. Langenfeld, redshirt freshman out of Germany.
That's a really nice move.
And that's where FAU, they're getting something from everybody so far. Coming off the bench, guys making plays. Charleston's just not getting that so far. They can't shoot.
And foul on the floor. Keep it here. You know, the other thing when you talk about that defensive intensity and what we've seen from FAU, you're also seeing the depth that they have right now, which allows them to do that. You know, you can do that in spurts sometimes. If you don't have the depth, you can't do that throughout a ball game.
I also just watched that replay of Max Langenfeld's last shot, and I know we've added the continuity rule from the NBA. I think we've also added the travels don't exist rule from the NBA because he shuffled them puppies a couple of times.
A 10-0 run for FAU over the last 3 minutes. 8 on the shot clock. Jalen Counter trying to get some space on the move. Leaves it for Reeves. Hit a foot. It was his, and it goes out of bounds to the Owls. And that'll get us to the under 8 timeout. It has been all Florida Atlantic. Their first ball game in this field of 68 tip-off, and they've come out firing.
If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 On3. Get the scoop.
As one of America's top 100 public...
If you Want to change the world? You need to change your world. Breathtaking, wave-making, comfort zone crushing, adrenaline pumping, smile-inducing, community-building, thought-altering, horizon-broadening change.
Today?
Today?
Today? That's enough.
Tomorrow? Who knows?
College of Charleston. Extraordinary happens here.
All Owls here in the first half, 29-11 over Charleston. Led by second-year head coach John Jacobs, longtime assistant at Baylor. Led this team to 18 wins a season ago. They made the NIT. And 1-0 entering tonight after an overtime win over Boston College back on Monday.
I talked to Scott Drew actually this morning about Jacobs, and he said, you know, one of the things he really was ahead of the game on was analytics, and you could hear it even, Rob, when we were talking to Jacobs earlier today and how he went about his approach in the portal this year. Last year, they took a lot of low and mid-major guards and players overall. This year, they went the other route. They went for a bunch of top 100, top 50 recruits who didn't play a whole lot of the high major level. And so far, looks like the right call.
Yeah, he went for guys that he thought he might be able to get on a discount from Europe and guys that he thought he was going to be able to get because they wanted to have a chance to play. I think if you're Kanan Carlisle and you're Isaiah Elohim, you want to play. Doesn't really matter where you are, but after a couple years in college when you're not playing, you want to get out there.
And he even said, you know, listen, they may come to us and get their numbers, maybe as freshmen or early in their career, like we saw from Modest, and then transfer and make a little bit more money. And the key for John Jacobs is, can he raise enough money to retain some of these guys? Now, you're not going to retain them against maybe Texas, but again, you want to make sure they don't go for a little bit more money somewhere else.
And I feel like you're seeing that approach at the mid-major level more and more, where it's like, hey, you come here and I'll get you where you want to go. Look at our track record of getting you where maybe you want to end up eventually, more so than come here, spend 3-4 years. It's like, we understand where we are in the pecking order, but we can get you there.
I think that's the only way to do it now, right? I mean, you have to kind of embrace the fact of you're kind of a minor league system sometimes for some of the high majors. Not great, but that's what these guys have come to realize is if you fight it, you're probably not going to get these kids. Instead, maybe sell it a little bit.
What I do wish is that we had a system that helped reward some of these mid-majors for being able to develop those guys, whether it is a fee that you pay to be able to sign one of these players out of the portal.
Is that your idea?
Yeah. If it's even a flat rate, a percentage
Show some
of what you're getting.
You're not giving any credit.
Nothing.
I do think that is going to be something that will help allow some of these mid-majors to pay these guys, right? To be able to, like, if we'll just use the FAU example. If they had a couple extra $100,000 from the transfer of Modest Vokatitis, maybe that helps them keep a guy like Bob and Miller,
sure,
right? And if you only get one of that out of those two back, you only get one of those two back, but then it doesn't necessarily become a strictly financial decision.
Xander Pinelon in the ball game again, gives it off. Pinelon, 2 early fouls in this contest. Ugly possession as far for FAU. 4 on the shot clock. The lob deflected. That was Machot that got a piece of it. Now Charleston looks to get out and run. Counter. Gives it back to Prunty. Had that one denied. Oh, we got a whistle foul. That one's going to go against Neugebauer.
I don't even think that Jackson Prunty thought he got fouled on that one.
That's what Charleston's got to do, though. They got to get some offense out of their defense here.
And they've missed their last 9 shots from the field. So getting to the stripe here.
Machot comes back in. We get a little bit more energy back in that lineup. I'm just saying, man. Kid's a player. Have I told you my other idea to fix college basketball, Jeff?
Is it another one you're going to steal from me?
So set up an incentive system where you're allowed to have 1 penalty-free transfer. You don't have to sit out after 1. Then you have to sit out a year after that. And if you don't transfer throughout your college career, you get that 5th year of eligibility. So you want to stay for 5 years, can't transfer.
who are you attributing that one to? You stole that from somebody recently. I remember having that conversation with a coach.
It was not a coach.
Is this an original idea for you, or did you know? Yeah.
Come on.
No, I added some tweaks and some nuance to it.
Okay. The drive from Elohim hangs, and it rims off, but it'll go to the line for a couple.
That's what we're used to seeing Isaiah Elohim do. Put the ball on the floor, get to the paint, get to his spot, play under control, play strong. He's big, he's physical. You see him get here, pump fake, jump stop, get his defender off balance and draw a foul.
Yeah, and he's one of those kids we were talking about before. A top 50 recruit, went to USC, didn't play a whole lot. You know, was a guy that was pretty highly recruited. And again, you know, he can get downhill, he can drive, good defender, needs to improve his perimeter shot a little bit, but that's where John Jacobs is banking on, getting a guy like this that maybe didn't quite get the opportunity in his first go around at the high major level.
Yeah, Elohim originally committed to Arkansas, followed Eric Musselman to USC. 18 games, just over 2 points a contest out there.
He was at one point in time a top 10 prospect in his class.
And he played out with Bronny James, didn't he? Sierra Canyon there in California. A nice step back falls for Jalen Counter.
It's hard to get your shine when Bronny James is on the roster.
Carlisle just probing, hands off, knifing through the lane. Neugebauer couldn't finish it, but he'll go to the free throw line for a couple.
And that's where Cholmachat has to be able to learn, right? Go vertical, go straight up. He's not scoring over you. You don't need to swing your arm. He's not going to finish that. Just go straight up at the rim.
Take him out of the game here.
You're not blocking. You're not blocking that shot when he's shooting it from over here.
Yeah, 2 on Machat, 2 on Reeves, 3 on Kalu here for Charleston. So in some foul trouble here in the first half.
Now taking in for the Cougars, number 32, Christian Reeves.
Reeves back into the ball game. One more for Neugebauer. Played 5 years pro basketball. Most recently in Germany's 2nd division. Does it sound strange to say? Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, it sounds strange to say that.
What's wrong with that?
Played 5 years of professional basketball. He comes over here, he's a freshman.
Imagine, I mean, remember Ennis Canner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember
Yeah.
Ennis Canner couldn't play at all at Kentucky because I think he took like $15,000 or something playing professionally. Now, again, nothing's off limits. But Connor Hickman can't play because he played 13 games last year. 3 over the limit. Stupid. What are we doing? Just honestly, they should just rip up the rule book and start over. Rip it up.
I mean, you're not wrong. But they basically are. Because you know what will happen? You just file a lawsuit, you wait to get an injunction, you play the season, you drop the lawsuit, and you figure out something new to sue somebody about afterwards.
But what's so dumb
You know who the biggest winners is? It's not even the NIL that's coming in. It's the billable hours, man.
That's what the lawyers say.
I made the wrong decision. I should have gone to law school.
I just hate the fact that the NCAA can't just say, you know what, these are our rules.
Right.
If you don't like them, go play somewhere else.
I mean, you guys are trying to fix it. Obviously, you're giving them lots of great ideas.
That's right. I mean, Doster's got endless amount of ideas. You've now known Rob for about, what, 18 hours? And think of all the knowledge that you've picked up.
Man.
He's learned words like cattywampus.
Right.
Frivolous.
Frivolous, I think he knew.
I think I had that one I'm familiar with. Fading away in the paint, that goes down.
That is a tough move from
Nice shot. And Ken Carlisle getting his confidence back a little bit. Played in Indiana last year. It was kind of a train wreck of a season, not just for him, but for a lot of players there. Had a great freshman year at Stanford, and now the big thing for John Jacobs is, hey, I'm going to let him play with a little freedom. He's going to be a point guard. He's going to be able to play in a system where he's not just feeding the post like he was last year at Indiana in his limited minutes.
3 on the shot clock. Deep triple on the way. Oh, how about that friendly roll, huh?
You know what I love? You know what I love about it, Jeff, is that Caden Carlisle came here to play with freedom, and we're here in this playing against Charleston. He's taking 2 shots, and they're up by 13.
But he's had the ball in his hands a lot.
Yes, he's there making plays. He's there working, and as I said,
Right
he
on
knocks
cue.
down a 3. Gets into rhythm, lets the game come to him. When the shots are there, he goes and gets it. That's what you want out of your point guards, and I think that he's a lot of these guys after they have an opportunity and they're forced to transfer, they kind of realize at some point, like, it's just fun to play basketball, and it's not the end of the world when maybe you don't get shots. They realize that if I got to play a role that's a little bit different than what I wanted to play when I was in high school, that's okay, especially if you're winning. Winning cures a lot of ills.
Another wing 3. That one left short. Body hits the deck. Whistle underneath. Foul going to go against FAU. So 14-point ball game. Some signs of life offensively from Charleston. They've made their last 3 shots from the field as they try to chip away in this one. 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
(38-24) FAU on top. Just 1 turnover so far tonight for the Owls. They've taken care of the basketball pretty well. We kind of saw the same thing against Charleston last night. Liberty really didn't give them many opportunities to turn, as you said, defense into offense. They took care of the basketball against them as well.
So let me ask you this. Is that a Charleston thing, or is that who they're playing?
I think it's a Charleston thing that honestly, they're not pressuring the basketball. Part of the reason is they don't have enough guys. They're missing Mr. Dean, who is by far their most athletic, their best defender. They could really kind of let him loose. But I think you got to play differently when you're down 3 guys. You're basically playing eight guys right now.
And they get significantly smaller without the players that they're missing, right? Like Chadlin Taylor is 6'2". Chris Davis is 6'2". Jalen Counter is 6'2".
Look at your 4-man right now.
Your 4-man is Jackson Prunty, who is probably a point guard by trade. When those guys are
Kobe Dugan and Mr. Dean.
Yeah,
because Kobe Dugan gives them size at the 4 and skill, and Mr. Dean is by far their best defender, their best perimeter defender, and he can guard 1 through 4.
Now you hope some of these other guys take advantage of this and play themselves into a position where then all of a sudden you're able to trust some guys that maybe you didn't expect to be contributors when you get those guys back. That's the true hope out of all this.
Well, last night that was the guy that did that was Kalu, right? And
right.
He had 20 points. He knocked down a couple of threes, made some big shots off the dribble, and he looks like he forgot that it was game day today.
Foul trouble. Sat him on the bench for a good portion of his first half, and they can't afford that. I mean, he's got to be probably their best player on the court he encountered right now.
Carlisle hangs and hits. He's got in the paint. Good patience and able to finish it.
He is picking on those freshman point guards, man. He waited until Chris Davis and Chadlin Traylor got out there. I said, all right, now it's time for me to go get my points.
That one picked off.
Forced a turnover right there, too.
Pass ahead, and 2 more. As Elohim lays it in. He's got 9 tonight to lead the way for FAU. They gotten the deficit down to 12, from 19 to 12, and then 2 quick buckets from FAU and start to stretch that lead again. Counter's done his part. 13 points tonight. He is having to work awfully hard for anything he's gotten. Counter grabs that rebound on the move. Hanging in traffic, couldn't get the roll. And no, they're saying count the bucket.
I think he's saying foul on the floor.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
You see Counter get to his left off the ball screen. That is a tough finish over a 7-foot lengthy athlete at the rim. That's what Counter can do.
Well, that's what we were saying last night. Like, maybe they're going to need a little bit more of that from him. And he's trying to provide it here tonight.
Counter, a kid out of Oklahoma City. He had nothing coming out of high school. So at 18 years old, he's working for UPS, loading and unloading trucks. He gets a DM from a prep school coach down in Florida. Goes down there. He says, if you got $500, you can come down here and play this year. Goes down, plays. It turns in a junior college spot. Then it turns into Middle Tennessee State. And now he's making some pretty good money through NIL in Charleston, and probably their most important player on this Cougars team.
And Jalay Kirkic in the ball game for the first time here tonight for Charleston now. Fading away on the baseline. That missed everything. That was Josiah Parker. Davis now full head of steam. He couldn't convert. Trying to draw a little contact. Didn't get the whistle. FAU right back the other way. Carlisle scoops it up. Nearly got it to fall. Will still get himself to the strike.
This is what FAU wants to do offensively. They want to put those shooters on the floor. They want to space you out, and then want to give their guards the opportunity to just cook in a ball screen. It's not, you know, the one thing that John Jake has done really well is he's put together an offensive system that does not reinvent the wheel. It's basic. It's really not all that complicated. And when you got the players that are able to execute it, it just looks good.
Carlisle 8 points tonight. Had 19 in their opener against BC. John Jacobs said, I tried to get him to Baylor out of high school. Ended up getting him eventually.
How about John Jacobs' path? You start in Spokane, then you go to Waco, and you end up in Boca Raton.
They call it paradise. It's not a bad place to be. You spend much time down there?
We were down there 2 years ago for this event.
Well, that's true, yeah.
And I spent the whole time wondering how FAU doesn't have the greatest recruiting class in the country every single season.
Trying to feed Machat in the post. Good job taking that away and get the friendly roll for two.
Elohim's in there battling, man. Charleston's woken up here. They're not out of this game.
No.
Get a couple stops. Find a way to be able to keep Carlisle. There's the lob.
Oh! Maxime Logie. Tell you what, big kid, 6'9", big body.
Little Spain action on the pick and roll. What that means is that you set the ball screen and there's somebody that's standing in the dunker spot that comes up and sets a back screen on the guy that's supposed to be guarding the big man. Creates an opening at the rim. I didn't know Logie had the hops where you just put it at the top of the square and he finds a way to go up and get it.
I mean, he moves well. Good looking athlete. Now battling down low with Machat. Machat spins baseline. Nifty move to lay it in on the other side. Those two going at it a little bit. Charleston's made 6 of their last 8 shots from the field, but as you said a moment ago, this is the end where they need to string together a few stops. Parker gonna drive in the paint and draws the foul on Machat. That'll be his third.
Coming down with his arms. You're 7'1" with that wingspan. Just go straight up. And he's sitting there. I can read his lips. He's sitting there saying, I didn't touch him. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter if you touched him or not, because the referees, when they see you, when you're that tall and they see you bring your arms down like that, that foul is going to get called. Whether or not you get him, that foul is going to get called when you do that, which is why they teach you verticality and stay straight up. Nobody is finishing over him.
And when you've already had 2 fouls, that's just another reason that you're a little bit smarter in that situation. So he has 3. Kalu has 3. Reeves, who checks back in, has a couple. One more free throw coming for Josiah Parker, preseason freshman of the year in the American. Highest rated recruit in FAU history. Missed them both. And now whistle underneath. And gonna call that on Kirkich. Nope, say he stepped in maybe. Stepped in a little early, so one more coming for Parker.
Now checking in for the Owls, number 9, Max Langenfeld.
Chance for redemption here for Josiah Parker.
I mean, listen, you can't go for 3. Or can you?
You can. Matt, you can.
Way short.
You can go over 3, Matt. It is possible. You know who would absolutely go over 3 if he was shooting 3 free throws? That's Jeff Goodman.
You see, when he's already made the move to get ready for the halftime interview. Now you can just say whatever you want. He's not here to defend himself.
The best part about it is he has an earpiece in, so he has to sit here and listen to me make jokes about him.
That's the 7th turnover of the first half for Charleston. And we'll give FAU a chance to hold for the last shot. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. They're going to talk about it.
Do we still call that the use it or lose it timeout?
I don't feel like I hear that said quite as often anymore.
Use it or lose it timeout. I think that's a Franford Schiller special. He came up with that.
That's one thing you haven't stolen then, is you haven't stolen in some of those.
Oh, I just did. I just did.
Okay, at least you gave him credit. You gave Fran some credit for it.
I'll give Fran credit for it because I like Fran. I can see how Matt Goodman's getting over there listening to all this. If you are John Jacobs, you are putting Kanan Carlisle into a ball screen and letting him go?
Yep. Carlisle has been in control with the ball in his hands here tonight, 3 of 5 from the field. And really even in the late stages of that Boston College game, you talk about his confidence and trying to get it back after a tough year last year. You could see him wanting the ball in his hands. He wanted to take some of those shots down the stretch. That's what John Jacobs wants to see. They want to see him kind of take charge out there and be a leader on the floor. We got Will Mortimer checking in right now, as Charleston don't want to pick up any more fouls on either their bigs here in the last 25 seconds.
Got 5 fouls combined on Reeves and Machot.
So here you go, Carlisle. Letting that clock tick, waiting. Now he's going to drive it, loses it momentarily, spins back, fades away. And it's been that kind of first half for FAU. Charleston won't even be able to gather it.
Didn't even give him a ball screen, Matt.
Didn't need it. 11 points in the first half.
Cleared 2 people off one side of the floor and just let him go left. Freshman couldn't keep him from getting a straight line drive to get a paint touch.
And Jeff Goodman standing by right now with John Jacobs.
All right, John, I know you're a big analytics guy. I'm going to give you some numbers.
We'll take it.
56% from the field, 43% from 3. You've only committed 1 turnover. They've only made 2 threes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think we got good players for 20 minutes. We'll take no credit for that, but we're taking the right shots. Defensively, we were better the first 10 minutes than the second 10 minutes. But I'm thankful we can play deep into our bench, especially with tomorrow. But for sure, there's some things we can clean up.
And Kanan's done a great job in the last probably 7 or 8 minutes of asserting himself.
Yeah, Charleston scored on 5 straight possessions, maybe more with all our fouling. He covered that up. So our guys feel better about themselves than they should. But when you got Kanan going, you might as well go back to him. At least I'm smart enough to do that.
Thanks, John.
Okay, thank
FAU
you.
played 12 guys in that first half. Feels like they all contributed as they'll take a 16-point lead to the break. We'll step aside for now. Be back in a moment. Give you some first half stats and highlights from this Field of 68 tip-off.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
As one of America's top 100 public...
We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wagered. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer?
If you want to change the world, you need to change your world. Breathtaking, wave-making, comfort zone crushing, adrenaline pumping, smile-inducing, community-building, thought-altering, horizon-broadening change.
Today?
Today?
That's enough.
Tomorrow? Who knows?
College of Charleston. Extraordinary happens here.
Back in Lynchburg, 48-32, FAU leading the way over Charleston. It was really that fast start right out of the gate for the Owls as they came out firing and kind of created a little distance between themselves and Charleston here in the early going, and they were on the attack from the get-go. You see them be able to get in the paint, outscored Charleston in the paint 18-12 so far in this ball game, but just a relentless attack here in the first half.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of sticking to their game plan, which is we're going to space the floor, we're going to put our playmaking guards in ball screen actions and DHOs, we're going to let them turn a corner, let them get a paint touch and see what happens. We're going to let our playmakers make plays. Not a complicated game, Matt.
Especially in the first few minutes, Charleston really didn't have it much going on the offensive end. Yeah, you get a couple of shots rattle out, you get a little foul trouble going on with your bigs. Just a lot of missed opportunities early that helped dig that hole.
Yeah, you know, they struggled offensively early, and they got them. I think they were down by 20 at one point.
19, yep, 19, yep.
And you can hear Jeff rattling away on the headset trying to get in here as he finally wanted to join us.
This is our reporter, okay? I mean, cut the guy.
Right.
He's
doing double duty
halfway across the court.
That's right.
I think I saw him tweak a hamstring as he made his way back over here to the table. But you know, listen, the slow start, tough to overcome. FAU here in just a moment with some first half stats and get you ready, not just for the second half of this one, but for tomorrow night's game as well.
If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 On3. Get the scoop. As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wagered. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer?
Halftime in Lynchburg, FAU in control here at the break. We talked about need to bring your own energy in a game like this. They certainly did that. 12 players played, 9 players scored. They got production from up and down their lineup in the first half as we take a look at some of the stats from half number 1. And one thing to mention, we mentioned the 7 turnovers in the first half for Charleston. FAU was able to convert those into 9 points as well. So not only are they, in the half court were they effective, they were able to turn a little defense into offense throughout the first half also.
Yeah, and I think Jake was very confident about his perimeter play going into the season and into this game. But it was a little bit more of a question mark up front, and I think he's gotten some great production from his trio of 5 men that he continues to rotate in and out of the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it's working for them on all facets of the game right now, right? And I think that their perimeter defense has been really, really effective. And simply the fact that they've been able to get a paint touch whatever you want. The best way to play defense is to get the best players on the other team off the court. So you got 3 of them done because 2 guys are injured and 1 guy is ineligible right now. Then you got 3 fouls on the 2 guys that were averaging 16 points a game. Easy game, right?
Right.
It's not complicated.
I don't know if it's easy, but I think Jake likes where he's at rather than where maybe the opponent's at right now.
Sure.
So hold on. You would rather be up 16 at the half than down 16 at the half?
Yeah, and I don't have to attribute that to anybody else like you.
You're really going out on a limb, man. I'm impressed.
One other thing to keep in mind for Charleston trying to climb back into this one, we've now seen really in 2 of their 3 games, they have struggled mightily from beyond the arc. So haven't really shown themselves to be a team with Kalu last night, he was the exception. Haven't shown themselves to be a team that can go on a hot spell from beyond the arc to kind of close that gap. So we'll see if they can find something in the second half, but they have a lot of work to do against this strong FAU squad. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll come back in just a moment. Get you ready for the final day of this Field of 68 tip-off in just a moment.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
As one of America's top 100 public...
We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wagered. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer?
change the world, you need to change your world. Breathtaking, wave-making, comfort zone crushing, adrenaline pumping, smile-inducing, community building, thought-altering, horizon broadening change.
Today?
Today?
That's enough.
Tomorrow? Who knows?
College of Charleston. Extraordinary happens here.
About set to start the second half here in Liberty Arena. Reminder, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, the finale of this Field of 68 tip-off. Liberty against this FAU squad. By the way, FAU closes this out here tonight. I guess they would take the 3-year title, right? That would make them 4-1 over the 3 seasons with still 1 more to go. It should be a good one tomorrow night between this group and Liberty.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game tomorrow night, especially if FAU holds on for this one. But this event's been great. You know, this kind of started Field of 68 off in terms of broadcasting games. We've really never done it before this, and they gave us this opportunity, and been a great round robin. Matt Roberts, the College of Charleston AD, was really pivotal, as was Richie McCabe, the Liberty head coach. And, you know, we'll see if we can maybe do something in the future.
Three ball off the mark. Pentalon missed a lot of that first half in foul trouble.
Don't really like that shot, Rob, coming out of the break. Feel like you can get something a little bit better.
And now they're going to go with a tie-up underneath as Carlisle snagged the rebound. It'll stay here. Well, they got to start getting Reeves something going on the offensive end, right? I mean, you're going to have it from him at some point.
I was just about to say, like, if he's still your starting 5-man right now, the way that Joel Machado has been playing and what we've seen out of him the first 2 days, I'm sure that he's done stuff in practice to earn that starting spot. But, like, at some point, you got to show it in the game and do that.
Right on cue.
Do that.
Right on cue.
Seal your man up the lane. Get the ball in the spot and finish.
First points of the night. Well, he got a piece of that one. Rebound, and it goes for Devin Williams.
It's a tough finish, man.
And looking in at Reeves again. Cross-court pass. I mean, just physically, there's not a lot of guys Reeves is going to run into that he shouldn't be able to have some success against. There's not a lot of guys that have his size and build, and that one goes out of bounds. A foul call.
Question is, does he use that physicality, right? And he's a guy who hasn't played a lot of basketball in his first 3 years. Started 2 years at Duke, didn't play a whole lot, a couple injuries. Then he goes to Clemson last year, thinks he's going to play a bunch, and plays about 8 to 10 minutes a game, backing up a couple veterans there, and just looks a little rusty.
Well, it also helps when you actually get the ball thrown into you in the post. Entry passes are an underrated part of the game right now.
Rancherpool gets them both to fall. Allows them to set up this pressure. It's going to be interesting to see against the Liberty guards tomorrow how they handle this pressure FAU will throw at you. Counter just takes it all the way to the hoop. That was an easy deuce. His easiest of the night. He's got 15.
Yeah, he's been very good tonight. He needs a lot more help than he's been getting.
Wild shot. Reeves pulls down the rebound. Charleston, you kind of look up and say, all right, can you get it? Start whittling away, get it down to single digits at some point. Just start putting a little bit of pressure on FAU. They have not played with any kind of pressure really at any point in this ball game. It's been free and easy.
It starts by coming up with loose balls like that. That was not what they were doing in the first half. That was not that ball would have been in FAU's hands in the first half. I think you're seeing a little bit more effort. I think Christian Reeves, to his credit, has looked a little bit more active on the defensive end of the floor here.
Counter, spots up, 3 ball off the mark. Not 2 of 9 from downtown. Pass ahead to Carlisle. Swooping through the lane. The shot no good. Offensive rebound. Kick out. Pintalon 3-ball. That's pure.
Those are the ones that are daggers. I mean, you play good defense. You force a miss. Devin Williams comes up with a loose ball falling out of bounds. Throws it to Xander Pintalon. And hits a 3. Those ones hurt, especially when you're trying to come back. Charleston's not going to win this game with their offense. They're going to have to get stops. I think they got to hold them probably to 70.
Oof, that's not going to help either. The turnover. FAU on the move. Pull up 3. And now a tie up as Pintalon and Reeves get their hands on it. Said 3 a moment ago.
Coming up with that loose ball and kicking out to Xander Pintalon. And that's what he does, man. That's what he's out here for.
6'11", he can stretch you.
From Oostkamp, Belgium. Skilled 4-man who kind of came for a little bit less money. They got him late, and Jacobs loves him because he's kind of that pick and pop skilled European 4.
Played in the top Belgium league a season ago. Kalu is out there on the floor. He is yet to score tonight. Well,
there you go.
He was waiting for him.
Couldn't have said that about 25 minutes ago.
My bad, Martin.
Who else hasn't scored yet? You said something about Christian Reeves got a bucket.
Yeah. Well, Kalu was great last night. 22 points, 7 of 11 from the field. He's been dealing with some foul trouble here tonight. And that goes down. Devin Williams. I mean, you've seen 6'11" and 6'10" knock down threes here in the last minute or so for FAU.
I mean, I don't really know. Really just impressive way to be able to run offense when you have the opportunity to have 2 big guys that knock down threes.
Absolutely.
As one of America's top 100 public...
You try to follow everything happening in college basketball, it can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
If you want to change the world, you need to change your world. Breathtaking, wave-making, comfort zone crushing, adrenaline pumping, smile-inducing, community building, thought-altering, horizon broadening change.
Today?
Today?
That's enough.
Tomorrow? Who knows?
College of Charleston. Extraordinary happens here.
58-39 FAU in control over Charleston. 16:05 to go. And we've talked a lot about, player movement and how rosters have overhauled. It's so prevalent now in this game. I saw a quote from John Jacobs where he said they've had to focus on teaching in 4 months what they used to teach in 4 years. And that's been a big point of emphasis, even from last season to this season, just teaching more efficiently and finding a way to do that. Because as you guys said, you may have a guy for 1 year. You may have a guy that shows up in August and you're trying to get him up to speed. That's been a big point of emphasis for that staff. And obviously it's very early in the season, but they seem to be taking those lessons well.
Well, we're getting to a point in time in college basketball where the teaching and the player development is not something that happens within the program. That's something that players are going to be expected to do on their own, because when you only have a certain amount of hours on the court and you got to install an offense and you got to install a defense and you got to put in these different play calls and you got to find a way to be able to prep for opponents, you can't also put in there, okay, well, this is what we're going to do to develop your mid-range game, and this is how we're going to be able to develop this specific move.
Jalen Counter, count that bucket. Goaltend, so Counter up to 17 on the night. And that'll get us to a timeout. The under 16, FIAU leads it by 17 here in Lynchburg.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today. If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 on 3. Get the scoop.
All right, back here, Liberty Arena, FAU up 17 points over the College of Charleston. And one of the players that John Jacobs really identified through the transfer portal is Devin Williams, a kid who didn't play a whole lot at UCLA, came out of LA, was a top 100 recruit, and came out of the famed Compton Magic program. And we got the founder of the Compton Magic program here today, and that's Atope. I'm going to screw up his last name. Udo Ama. And he's going to take a red-eye back, but give him credit, man. Like, this is a guy who came all the way from L.A. to go see one of his former players play at FAU. I mean, that's a long road to take to go see a kid, but it's all about relationships. I've known Atope for a lot of years. I've never had to pronounce his last name.
That's a long way to go to have you butcher his name, is what I was thinking.
I know. I'm going to apologize for that later, but really cool. Atope said his daughter is best friends with Devin's sister.
That's cool.
They play volleyball together, and Devin's sister, 6'6".
Whoa, okay.
6'6" volleyball player.
Wow.
They have red eyes that go from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yes, Rob.
I didn't know they had red eyes that go that way. I thought the red eyes went that way.
Pentalon splashes home another triple.
You think he's actually going to make his flight and it's going to get canceled? Or is it going to be like us that's stuck at the airport for the next 23 days?
Yeah, we're renting cars,
Is
Matt,
that right?
just
Yeah,
in
that's
case.
probably smart. That's probably smart. You know, one guy we haven't really heard a lot from tonight has been Johan Sissoko. He made a big splash. See here, I'm going to do it again. Watch this. He's going to drive it now. Oh, kicked it out. 3-ball top of the key. Comes up short. Made a big splash in the opener, but has been relatively quiet so far tonight. There's Curlew hitting another three. His second of the half.
That's what he does best. You know, kind of a 3-and-D guy. Can put it to the floor some, good athlete, but a really, really good shooter with size. And we talked about it a little bit last night. It's been playing professionally in his native Germany for the last 4 years.
Sissoko around the shot blocker, no, and then tipped in. That was Devin Williams that got a hand on it.
You got to get up if you're Joel. You're watching right there. You're watching instead of going and getting that ball.
And now an offensive foul.
It's 4.
That's on Joel.
You see him come down in transition and pull up. That's what he does, according to Jeff Goodman, Super Scout. And just, yeah, you're right, Goodman. He's just sitting there and watching. You got to put your body on someone. You're not going to out-jump everybody. That might work in junior college. Not going to work when there's 3 other 7-footers with wingspans just as long as yours on the other side of the ball.
Already in the ball game, gives it up to Elohim. And Kalu going at it. Oh, tough bucket over a couple of defenders, including Christian Reeves.
Nice move there.
I don't know if you caught that interaction, but as you see Jalen kind of tip it back in, Isaiah Elohim had the ball over here, tried to make a move, didn't get past Kalu, who clapped it, playing defense. Then he made the move and finished the basket, got up to say something. The ref saw him do it, and as he wrote it back down, he goes, my bad, my bad, my bad. He wasn't trying to get that technical.
Oh, Moretti nearly lost the handle. Amku drives in the paint, goes into traffic, wild shot, no. Fight for the rebound. Reeves has it, nearly falls out of bounds, but saves it to a teammate.
That's the kind of fight you want to see out of Christian Reeves.
Definitely playing harder with more confidence in the second half here than we've seen him in the previous 3 halves.
And you want to reward him on this end. If he's playing that kind of defense on one end, give him a touch. Counter just barreling his way through, kicks it out. Taylor 3, that rims off. Fighting for the rebound, and there you go. Reeves hustling after the basketball, ends up drawing a foul.
This is the Christian Reeves that I saw when I went to practice a couple times that Chris Mack has been talking about all preseason. Active, felt like in the CAA he could really be a dominant force because, again, of his size and his skill level, but we just haven't seen him play like he has in the last few minutes.
Kalu, little elbow jumper, left it short. Elohim, a little bit of space, rises up, went halfway down, tapped out. It'll stay with FAU. Moretti. Now Sissoko going to drive baseline, circle around. Counter comes away, behind the back dribble, full head of steam. Had it denied, but the whistle and the foul going to be called on Amku. Now you're making sure Jalen Counter's all right. He kind of slid into the base of the hoop. He may just be out of breath more than anything. He's been working hard.
That's his first personal foul, 13 foul.
I don't know, man. I thought that one's clean. Charleston fans behind us are calling for a flagrant.
You can turn around and tell him that you thought it was clean.
He's got the monitor as close as we do.
I want to get the, we want to see if we can get that interaction here. 19 points tonight for Counter. A couple of free throws coming. Guy that averaged 10, 4, and 3.5 at Middle Tennessee a season ago. Well, John Jacobs said before the season one of their goals was to average 90 points per game this year. They only scored 84 a game last season. They might get there tonight. They keep the pedal to the floor.
Needed 83 to get to overtime against BC.
Now checking in for the Cougars, number 0, Jackson Hunty.
I talked to Connor Hickman yesterday before the game, and he's still hopeful that he can get cleared this year. But his situation, interesting. 3 years at Bradley. Last year played at Cincinnati, played 13 games, still not cleared. He was denied by the NCAA medical hardship waiver due to the fact that he played more than 30% of the games last season. Was never told that he was it was the appropriate treatment. We'll come back and we'll finish this up after the break.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wager. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer? If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 On3. Get the scoop.
FAU in control of this one, 65-47. Jeff, you're talking about Connor Hickman, transfer into Charleston. That waiver, just saying, stuck in limbo. Tough for him, tough for the team, trying to figure out, how to navigate moving forward, not knowing if you're ever going to get him, at some point in the season.
Yeah, and again, the big thing, he was denied by the NCAA. They're appealing it. They learned the other day of the appeal being denied, and Chris Mack told me we're working to exhaust any and all avenues to gain his final year of eligibility, one we feel certain he rightfully deserves. The deal here is he was at Cincinnati last year, he played 13 games, and he was never told that surgery was the appropriate treatment. The school kind of signed off on it, that they gave him maybe medical mismanagement, and there's another player in a similar situation named Ryan Cornish at Dartmouth who got another year with a similar circumstance. He played 14 games, so they feel like there's precedent here to go by. But again, he can only wait. He's still in Charleston with his girlfriend, with his fiance, in limbo.
That's tough.
And he passed up opportunities to go play professional.
That's right. That's right. So he could. Listen, if I'm him, I'm looking at maybe suing the NCAA down the road because you don't make the decision quick enough. Now there's no opportunities to go overseas. So what do you do if you're the kid?
Feet inside. How about that?
Christian Louise, he woke up, baby.
Signs of life here in the second half.
There's the bright spot if you're Chris Mack.
Yeah. And that's what at this point, that's what you're looking for, right? Like, what are the positives you can take out of it? What are some things you can build on as you move forward?
And can you get this to single digits here? I mean, it's 16 still. If you can get a stop and a score.
Nice finish with the left hand, Maxime Logie. He's been good tonight in the limited role.
They figured out the scoring part good, and they haven't figured out the stopping part.
Yeah, and Logie, a guy who dislocated his toe a couple weeks ago, so isn't going to go out there for extended minutes today. You're seeing him for a couple minutes at a time.
They got a piece of that one.
Dislocated his toe.
There's a young fella throwing it down, Josiah Parker. 4-star freshman with his first points of the night.
You wonder if his toe is all muscle, too. Look at him. I mean, that kid is built.
He's carved.
Yeah, he's
carved out of stone.
He is a strong kid.
Battling underneath right now with Reeves. That pass way too tall, but they'll whistle Logie for the foul.
See Parker finishing above the rim there. Nice pass by Max Lingenfeld. Almost lost control of the ball. Spin move. You think he knew what he was doing?
Parker off to a little bit of a slow start for a guy that has as much press coming into the season. But as you look at this roster, kind of a good spot for him in that it doesn't appear that they're going to need to rely on him to be that all-everything freshman coming in, highest rated recruit in program history. A lot of places, if that's the case, you're expected to come in, be a double-digit scorer, play a ton of minutes. And he can kind of find himself in his first season of college hoops.
Well, also in this era, it's a lot more difficult for a freshman to come in and have that impact if you're not like a lottery-level talent. And to be fair, there are a lot of lottery-level talents in college basketball this year that are freshmen, probably more than there are lottery picks available. But most freshmen now, because you're going up against guys that are 23 and 24 and 25 years old. So it's not like you're playing against players that are of a similar. You're playing against grown men every single night. And it takes time for them to be able to adjust to the strength.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Big fella. Send it home.
Maybe the best pass of the day right there from Kanan Carlisle. And to add on to Parker, one of the main reasons, and John Jacobs said this to us earlier, that Parker is here as a top 75, top 100 kid. Is his brother DeMond is on their staff.
Yep.
They're not getting him if that's not the case. But, you know, Jacobs really wants him to kind of embrace the role of being an elite defender more than anything else, that it's not about scoring, that he needs him to be able to, because he can guard 1 through 4. I mean, athletic, not a great shooter, still got to get reps. But again, he could be a lockdown defender.
Well, that's also the hard part that freshmen have to learn. Right?
I was going to say, how many times have I heard coaches say that over there? We're just trying to get him to focus on the defensive end. That's the hard part.
Well, the freshmen believe that the way that they're going to get on the court is by scoring and creating offense, when the truth is the way you get on the court if you're a freshman is to be able to go out there and create havoc defensively and create stops.
The shot, the board. And it will stay with Charleston as it's deflected out of bounds.
And that's half the battle with trying to get them on the floor, is knowing what's important and what matters and what the coaching staff actually cares about. I mean, think about it. You got Kanan Carlisle, you got Isaiah Elohim on this team. Like, you don't need people out there to score. You need people out there to be able to make sure that you do things like that and get steals. I thought that was clean.
Saying I'm trying to play defense. They're just blowing the whistle.
I mean, if he got away with that, I have a feeling we were going to see Showtime over there.
I think you're right.
17 foul. Cougars are now.
That's kind of part of, though, you see it with so many athletes, that maturing process. What got you here may not be what allows you to produce at this level. You may have been able to get away with things or do things in high school that you just simply aren't able to do right away at this point.
Chris Davis is one of the guys that's learning that the hard way right now.
Yeah.
It would be nice for Charleston fans to see him get it going a little bit, because we know the scoring ability is there, right? It's not a fluke that just average 40 points a game. It might be a fluke that you score 40 in one game. It's not a fluke that you average 40 for an entire season. So he knows how to score. The issue is, like Jeff loves to say, you're not going up against Wisconsin high school basketball right now. How do you do it against?
You have really
athleticism?
talked down to Wisconsin high school hoops throughout this weekend.
And actually, Wisconsin high school basketball is good. Wisconsin Division III basketball is fantastic.
Loose ball foul. I think they're going to get Logie there.
One of the things that Charleston was really concerned about, too, was obviously losing Kobe Dugan, right? You're relying now on Kendall Taylor, a guy that came over from the Division II ranks, right? JUCO ball before, who was going to be a piece, who was going to play 10 minutes a game. And, you know, if you got 5 points, 4 or 5 rebounds out of him, that was enough. Well, today he hasn't scored at all. He needs to give you something, especially if you want to play him 20 minutes a game. So now you don't have a true 4-man. So you got to play small, like Rob said, and you're not getting much there either from the Jackson 20s. I mean, this is on the fly, because these 2 injuries all happened the last week with Kobe Dugan and Mr. Dean. Mr. Dean expected to be back next week. Dugan probably out until late December, maybe early January.
Charleston in a tough spot right now. And trailing here, 71-56, 8.5 to go.
They do have it down to 15, though. This thing isn't over yet. I'm going to keep saying that.
Hey.
I'm going to see if I can talk myself into it. What is it? What do they say? Speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Manifest destiny. That's what I'm doing, Goodman.
Do you think Jacobs is going to let me play Moretti in pickleball later with this big win? came up to me earlier. Moretti wants a piece of me in pickleball.
I saw it. It was one of the, was it the preseason conference show you guys were doing? You kind of were talking some trash and feeling it out a little bit.
I played Isaiah Austin.
Yeah?
7-footer. Took care of him easy.
Is that right? You think you'd be able to cover the court?
Nah, you just hit it right at his belly.
Okay.
Goodman, name a price. Name a price for me never to have to hear you say the words pickleball ever again.
You can't. I mean, $1 million. How about 49% of field to 68? 49%. If you give me 49% of field to 68, I will never say pickleball. Actually, you know what?
Done.
If you give me,
that means I have 51%. Perfect.
No,
so the new rule at the company. New rule at the company is you can't talk about pickleball.
Have you gotten any in since you've been in Lynchburg? I know they're trying to set you up.
Maybe tomorrow.
Time. Okay.
Maybe tomorrow. Bill Smith, Liberty SID wants to get me out there.
He gets after it.
I heard he's good.
Davis taking some contact, going right through it. The freshman with a little strength there for the bucket.
He said, how about this for Wisconsin high school basketball, Jeff Goodman? First, you had to apologize to Caleb Wilson. Now you're going to have to apologize to the entire state of Wisconsin.
Apologize to America's Dairyland.
I actually love the state of Wisconsin.
Big cheese curds.
Cheese curds are, fried cheese curds are fantastic.
Look at this.
Counter kicks it out. Hey, Machot, 3-ball. Hit one last night. This one doesn't fall. Good rebound by Langenfeld. He's going to push it. Up, under, and in. I'll tell you, one of the most impressive guys here tonight has been Maxime Logie.
He is an athlete.
That was a dainty finish right there.
Yeah, that's what every guy that looks like him wants to hear.
Like, I was like, oh, he's going to go up and try to dunk it over Cholmera. I was like, whoop, whoop. Finish on the other side of the rim. Okay, I see. Get in there.
A little too strong. Langenfeld, another board. Like the energy Langenfeld has brought too in his role tonight. They're all bringing energy on that off that FAU bench here tonight. As they continue to push the lead. 7:06 left in this one.
If you want to change the world, you need to change your world. Breathtaking, wave-making, comfort zone crushing, adrenaline pumping, smile-inducing, community-building, thought-altering, horizon-broadening change.
Today?
Today?
That's enough.
Tomorrow? Who knows?
College of Charleston. Extraordinary happens here.
As one of America's top 100 public...
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
There's that bucket just a moment ago from the freshman, Chris Davis Jr. Rob, we talked to him yesterday. There's a lot to this kid. He's been through a lot to get to this point.
Yeah, he's a really easy kid to root for because of his story. A couple days before his junior season in high school, his father passed away. And his father was really close. He was the guy that taught him basketball. He was the guy that worked out with him in playing basketball. And he ended up having to transfer from Sun Prairie West to Sun Prairie East High School because his parents did not live together. And so when he went to move in with his mom, she was in a different school district. So his life was thrown into upheaval after his father passed away. His entire senior year, he wore a T-shirt with his father's face on it. He said he still wears it to shoot-arounds now. Easy kid to root for, sweet kid, nice kid, and you can tell that he's still adjusting to this new world without his father in it. So when I say I want to see him start making some shots, yes.
I'm with you.
I'm with the human being.
And he said his dad used to send him texts before every game. He put all those texts into his notes, and he reads them before every game and points up to the sky before the game. And he makes a shot. You can see it. The emotion, a lot of it is for his father.
Kalu knifing through the lane, couldn't get it to fall. We'll get to the strike.
And they love Chris Davis. I mean, this staff absolutely thinks he's going to be a star. But again, you're just seeing the difference coming from, you know, a I'm not taking a shot at Wisconsin.
Come on,
here.
I think we've done enough.
How many times are you going to say it? How many times are you going to say it?
Basketball to Division I basketball, playing against really, really good players. And again, he's trying to figure out his role, because his role before was what? Put the ball in his hands and just let him rock. And now he's got to play within the framework of an offense.
Well, that's the hard part about coming from a program where you average that many points, right? Because if you're averaging 40 points a game at a high school, it means that you're probably not quite good enough for like the best prep schools to come in and say, hey, we need you to come to this program. But you're also at a place where you are allowed to kind of do whatever you want to be able to do, and you're used to playing a certain way where the expectation is the ball's in your hands and you're getting a shot up. So now when you're asked to come into a system where you have to play within a little bit more of a structure, it can be an adjustment for kids like that. And it's also, he's an athletic kid, but he's not super big. He's not going up and rising up and dunking over everybody the way that we saw J.J. Parker do last night. So finding a way to be able to be effective while not being able to jump over a car is another step that you kind of have to figure out when everybody is your size and as strong and as physical.
Drives baseline, hangs, throws it up, doesn't fall, and it will stay here with Charleston. Down 15, trying to cut into it.
And that's actually a perfect example of the adjustment that he needs to be able to make, right? You're going in there and you're jumping up and you're never going to finish over those 6'10" guys. So come to a jump stop, throw a pump fake, get your defenders in the air, play off of 2 feet, be a little bit more patient. You're going to draw fouls. You'll be able to find maybe someone when they come over for the help. So he'll learn how to be able to do that. He will get there. If you can score, you're going to be able to score. It's just a matter of how long will it take him to figure it out.
Kick to the corner, 3 ball on the way. That splashes home. Another one for Xander Pintalon. He's got 9.
You know, this FAU team is a lot of fun to watch because they are willing to swing it around the perimeter, right? You have guys here that maybe didn't come from situations where they won a lot in the last stop, didn't play a lot of their last stop, and they're happy to kind of be out there and just competing. Heads up.
I was ready for that one.
Goodman was not ready for that one.
I knew Matt would have caught it.
I got you. I didn't play Wisconsin high school basketball. I can make a play. It's going to be a fun matchup tomorrow night, though, with the style FAU plays. I mean, it's going to be fun seeing these guards go at it. You see Kaden Carlisle with the rock right now.
We see a lot of players and teams throughout the course of the year, Matt. I will say this. I'm not sure I have any more fun watching anybody than the combination of Colin Porter and Caden Matheny.
I mean, the way that, and we talked about it some last night, but the way they and Zach Cleveland play off each other, it's what you really don't see anymore just because you don't have groups together that long. It's like they're thinking 2 and 3 moves ahead. They know exactly what the other guy's thinking, and it just makes for a seamless, smooth brand of basketball.
And remember, too, if Liberty does win tomorrow night, what will happen post-game, Robert?
We get a song.
Have you chosen the song?
Sand in My Boots.
Do you know what he's
Sand in My Boots by Morgan Wallen.
Is that it? Is that what he agreed to?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
He was shooting around, and he was shooting right in front of us, and we were talking with one of the staff members of Liberty, and we mentioned this to him, and they said, Colin, what song are you singing for karaoke? And while he's shooting, he's just Sand in My Boots.
Okay.
And the little drawl that he's got. He's a fun kid, man. I like him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I enjoy talking to them. I enjoy watching them play. And again, they enjoy, being on the court together. You can see it. You can just kind of feel it with them. And again, when you talk to Caden and, you could have thought about it, right? Thought about, hey, this is it. I'm done. I don't really want to have any aspirations to play professionally. But he's like, I'm not leaving my guys.
Now checking in for FAU, number 8, Vincent Lugebaugh.
The big question, guys, now is the post-game interview for FAU. I mean, who do you choose? It's like 5 or 6 guys you could choose from.
Carlisle.
Yeah, that's who
Carlisle?
Kenny Carlisle.
Okay.
After the year he had last year at Indiana, and I watched him a lot, man. Daughter goes to Indiana, so.
Does she?
She does. She does.
I don't think anyone knew that.
There he goes again. Here he goes again. Can we replace him for tomorrow night?
That's totally your call.
Sure there's an upgrade. Anybody, the Charleston fan behind us?
Counter step back three.
One of your three daughters? What about one of your three daughters who was here yesterday?
I don't know if they would do it. My son, he would be more than happy to.
Son wasn't here last night. Where was he?
He was probably running around the building somewhere. He was here someplace.
Okay.
They're always at the ball
cute,
game.
Man, they are cute. 13, what was it? 13, 9, and 7 or
10,
something?
Yeah, 10 and 8. Yeah, they see a lot of basketball around here. That's for sure. Big Colin Porter fans as well.
How can you not be? I mean, I guess the only non-Colin Porter fans are those who play against.
That's probably right. Offensive rebound. Fight underneath. It's going to stay here. As Pentalon was scrapping, trying to get a hand on that one. We wondered how Charleston would handle, the back-to-back games. I think, just based on what we've seen tonight, FAU's probably as well suited as anybody to play on back-to-back nights with as many guys as they've thrown out there.
Yeah, Jacobs has depth, and I'm not sure he even realized he had this much quality depth on this team, and it's one thing that Charleston's lacking, down 3 players. Really took advantage of that.
Right now only 2 players over 20 minutes, Elohim and Carlisle. Pentalon 11 second half points. Traylor lobbing it in. McShot. Hasn't come as easy for him here tonight. Sissoko still looking for his first points. Drives, throws it.
You did it! Oh!
I tell you, that as close as it comes right there. That thing almost came to a complete stop on the rim. We'll take a timeout. 3:42 to go. FAU looking to close this one out.
If you want to change the world, you need to change your world. Breathtaking, wave-making, comfort zone crushing, adrenaline pumping, smile-inducing, community building, thought-altering, horizon broadening change.
Today?
Today?
That's enough.
Tomorrow? Who knows?
College of Charleston. Extraordinary happens here.
As one of America's top 100 public...
You try to follow everything happening in college basketball, it can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
One of the guys that has played well tonight for FAU, and Jeff, you mentioned it a little while ago, maybe they just didn't even know how deep this team could be. Maxime Logie, 12 points tonight. Guy that averaged just under 3 a game last season at Oregon State. Had a slow start in that first game against BC in just 3 minutes of action. He has really been a factor tonight.
And I don't know if that's necessarily something that FAU expected to see out of him. We knew what we were getting from Pentalon because we saw that against BC, and we know we can shoot. We knew what we were getting from Devin Williams. But I think that's kind of like found money. That's kind of like when you go and lift up the couch cushions, find a $20 bill.
Whoa, 20! You have 20s in your cap?
Maybe,
you're in a different place than I am.
Let me rewind. That's kind of like when you put on your winter jacket for the first time and you find a $20 bill.
Okay, all right, that's okay.
Is that better?
That's the best. That's more, yeah, at least where I'm coming from. That's a little bit more realistic.
Can we just erase that other one from the broadcast, pretend that didn't happen?
No, but you look at him play, like he's got the 12 points tonight. With his size, strength, you don't need him to do that every night, but he's going to be able to contribute on the defensive end, certainly. Give you another big body to throw out there.
Yeah, they're going to do it by committee at the 5, for sure. 3 guys that are a little bit different than one another.
Three ball goes down. Chris Davis Jr. hitting the triple. What a hard screen there and an offensive foul as Davis was on the wrong end of that.
I mean, you see the emotion there, right? This is a 22-point game with 3 minutes left, and he's fighting over screens and pounding the floor when he forces a turnover. You can tell why the staff likes him, why he got to start last night. The question is, how long is it going to be before we see those 2 possessions versus some of the stuff that we saw last night.
Charleston, after this game, will return home, take on South Carolina State in 6 days, and then Drake after that, as they'll look to rebound from these 2 losses. 3 to beat the buzzer, Jackson Prunty. He had 10 last night, 11 here this evening. Feed inside on the move, and Neugerbauer lays it in off the window. He's up to 8.
Goodman, what's his last name?
Neugerbauer.
Another one. Yeah, he's got to go in a little bit now, man.
He's starting to feel it. 7 second-half points. And that's it. Can you leave here with something to feel positive about?
There's
even if
2
it's
things.
Individually.
There's 2 things if you're Charleston right now that you're feeling a little bit better about. That young man right there, Jalen Counter, found a way to really be able to get it going. I think he's played really, really well today. I thought he was pretty good last night as well. And as Chris Davis right here, as you see, look at those strides, man, how long his steps are, able to get to the basket and finish. He got it going a little bit here in the second half. Christian Reeves got it going a little bit here in the second half. And it looks like at the other end, Amar Amco is down. I think he landed on somebody's foot and rolled an ankle. That's what it looks like.
The best news for Charleston will be if Mr. Dean can get back on the court for the next game.
I got to tell you, I'm just disappointed we just didn't get to see him in action.
I mean, first of all,
the name is
Mr.
fantastic.
D.
That's a broadcaster's dream. But you watch some of the highlights. You see him in preseason dunking over the 2 7-footers. Just a freak show of an athlete. I know here we got to see his brother Arturo at FIU. He was a big-time athlete himself, a lot smaller. But, yeah, disappointed we didn't get to see Mr. Dean here this weekend. Liam Dako Green checking in for the first time now for FAU as they're getting everybody involved here tonight. They get him a quick triple.
First time he touches the ball, he got it up, man.
Give it to him again. Fill it up, kid. Oh, he banked it in. The kid from Vancouver, Canada.
Think he's going to get another one up? Next possession down?
Why not? He's got the hot hand. Oh, that one's saved in bounds. Now lost, and it will go back to FAU.
Is this the bank?
There it is. 13 players have played. 13 players have scored tonight for the Owls. And they are right on that number. John Jake is right where he wants to be, 90. Sissoko is going to put 92 on the board with that drive. And Still a 22-point game. Commits the foul out of midcourt.
That's one of those ones where you just ask the refs, why?
Yeah, yeah.
You're not getting paid by the minute.
Or by the whistle. Trailer will go to the line.
I'll tell you what this does do, though. It opens up the opportunity for Daco Green to get another shot up, because they dribbled to less than 30 seconds on the clock. I promise you, John Jacobs is telling him to hold the ball, don't shoot. Now Daco Green, he's got another chance to get one up.
Let's see if we can get him a look. A Canadian who played for the Philippines U18 team for a while. So, well-traveled kid. See if they can get him a touch. There we go.
Oh.
I thought he was going to let it rip. Soko, oh, what a feed, and the finish. Neugebauer throwing it down.
Little pocket pass here from Johan Sissoko with a dunk.
There's not a lot of folks in the building, but there are some that are letting their opinions be known here to the officials tonight.
I'm looking, I can see John Jacobs over there on the bench, and I don't think I've ever seen a coach look as mad in a 22-point win as he is right now. Neugebauer is not going to be a happy camper the next time that they have a practice without a game the next day. look at him on the bench. Coach, you're up by 20. Just so you know. You're 2-1 this season. You put up 94 points in Charleston.
And now we go back, and Neugebauer will shoot his free throw.
He's still shaking his head over there. Tell you what, you better hit this free throw after you get the tech. Nope.
Nope, a little too strong. I think both coaches just ready to see all zeros on the clock here tonight.
No more fouls, don't get hurt. Yeah. No more fouls, don't get hurt.
Let's get out of here. And that'll do it. As Langenfeld kind of put his hand up like, Coach, I got you. I get it. As he dribbles it out. An impressive showing tonight from FAU as they move to 2-0, hang 94 on the scoreboard. They led from the get-go. Jumped out to an early lead. Never relinquished it.
Kind of sets us up perfectly for the Field of 68 tip-off championship tomorrow.
That's right. And
Liberty and FAU. Do I need to go get a trophy or something, man?
Could you get one made real quick? Something.
Think about it.
Couple of teams that can fill it up. Go at it tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Should be a fun one. Should have a few more folks here in the stands for that one as well. Should be a good atmosphere.
I'll tell you what, here's what we're going to do. The winner, the MVP of the game tomorrow, gets a signed Jeff Goodman Liberty credential.
I mean, you can't put a price on that.
Can't put a price on that.
Priceless. Jeff Goodman going to catch up with one of the FAU stars here in just a moment. Cannon Carlisle making his way over to him after an impressive night. Carlisle, 14 points for FAU, and Jeff Goodman is with him and a few other Owls right now. Jeff?
All right, I got Cannon Carlisle in the entire. This is like the Oklahoma City Thunder deal, right? I like it. 14 points, but you guys have 5 in double figures. 17-point win. What was the best thing of this victory?
I'm hitting the 3 at the end of the game. That's what it is.
You got your other man flexing back there and picking up the technical, right?
But at the end of the day, that's our goal, to have at least 5 players in double digits every game. We want to serve the ball, play fast, get a lot of shots up. So we did what we're supposed to do tonight.
You having fun again? I know last year was not easy for you at Indiana after your freshman year at Stanford. What's this been like for you at FAU so far?
Look at it. We family. We family. We family. So it's been nothing but fun hooping this year so far. So we hoping to keep it going, keep the wins going, and we're going to have fun with each other for the rest of the year.
So big win tonight. Tomorrow night you get Liberty. They're good, man. They're good. Their guards are good. They play together, a lot of retention. What do you know about Liberty, and what do you have to do to beat them?
They shoot the ball extremely well. They play well as a team. We just got to do what we do. Talk it out, listen to Jacobs, get a great game plan going, follow the game plan, and play the way we know we can play. And we should get a dub.
It's good to see a smile on your face again, all right? Good win. Yes, we'll see you tomorrow.
How fun is that? You have so many new pieces we talked about all coming together. They're having a great time here early in the year.
Yeah, the difficult part about building a team like this in this era is getting that level of camaraderie this quickly. That's an impressive thing to do. Culture can't be faked, Matt. Culture can't be faked.
And we'll see you tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. That FAU squad taking on Liberty for the championship. And Jeff Goodman's signed credential as well. A lot on the line. We hope you'll join us tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.